Hey, what's going on, guys? So let's talk about the recent pump in crypto. What's going on with that? What's going on with inflation and a little bit of tariffs, but I know everyone's tired of that topic, including myself. So the market is up, which is nice. It's nice to see that. And the major reason that the market is up is because core CPI is low. US core CPI inflation is back below 3% for the first time in 4 years. This should be enough for the Fed to resume cutting rates in June. So that would be great. Cutting rates is good for crypto. And next we have this whole global M2 money supply versus Bitcoin chart. And a lot of you guys have seen this. It's been floating around for months. And we'll see if this plays out. I sure hope it does. And I actually think it will. There's a lot of correlating factors between global M2 money supply, essentially money printer goes burr, right? And the price of Bitcoin. Here, the Federal Reserve's Neil Kashkari said the Fed has tools to provide more liquidity. Money printer is coming. And that's right here. There are tools there to provide more liquidity to the markets. Essentially, money printer go burr, right? Adding liquidity to the markets on an automatic basis that the market participants can access. Essentially, printing more money. And the Boston Fed president said that the Fed does have tools to address concerns about market functioning or liquidity should they arise. So essentially what they're saying is they are preparing us for a rate cut, for massive rate cuts. At least in my opinion, that's what I think is going to happen. And we just had the SEC's crypto task force holding a second roundtable. And it was all about encouraging blockchain innovation in the US. And there were people from Uniswap, FalconX, and Coinbase there. So again, with everything happening, all the chaos, all the commotion, and I hate to say it, but all the noise, there's a lot of noise happening right now. And it's important to stay focused on the signal. And that is what's happening with crypto and blockchain as a whole, with M2 money supply, and basically Bitcoin being a hedge against all of this chaos, which I'll get to in just a moment. Next, Trump has made it clear he is open to a deal with China. And Scott Bessent essentially echoes this as well, saying that what Trump did was 4D chess. Now, you can disagree, it doesn't really matter, but this is the narrative being proposed or being promoted, that what Trump was doing was exposing China as being a bad actor who doesn't want to play ball and doesn't want to negotiate. And here we are. And there's a couple charts here that I think are important. So the stock market, the S&P, has kind of been leveling off, came up a little bit, went down, then came up again, but it's still, quite down from the all-time high. The 10-year has been rallying up really, really hard, which isn't really good news, right? The dollar has been crashing. The dollar has been coming down really hard, and gold has been rallying really, really hard. These are unusual economic conditions when they're all happening at the same time, and that's what we're seeing. So taking a look at Bitcoin dominance, we could see that we got a little pullback today, but it has been going up just because there has been a lot of fear and uncertainty in the marketplace. Others' dominance not doing well, came up a little bit since Trump took that 90-day pause from tariffs minus China. And ultimately, Bitcoin is here to protect us, and this is my belief, is here to protect us when everything fails, when things don't go as planned, when the bond market can fail, when all of these systems don't go as planned. Crypto and Bitcoin are here to save us. That's what I believe. So I think it's important just to stay very clear on where you believe the next 1, 3, 5 years will take us. I believe Bitcoin's going higher, right? I believe Bitcoin's going much, much, much higher. I think any price around now is a good buying opportunity to DCA. Solana as well. I think there's a lot of momentum with Solana. You may disagree, doesn't matter. I believe that. And XRP as well. So XRP keeps kind of hovering around that $2 mark, like I've been sharing for a while. We went below it, we went above it, and now we are just at $2. We're seeing a lot of coins, a lot of altcoins do absolutely abysmally compared to Bitcoin. So this is ETH Bitcoin, and it has just been falling like a rock for a very, 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 very long time. Now, I do think this will reverse because this has dropped quite a lot so far, around 77% in Bitcoin, in Satoshis. But when this does reverse, I think it'll be very, very violent to the upside. Taking a look at Solana Bitcoin, it's also been dropping quite a bit since the peak, essentially when Trump launched his meme coin on the 20th or the 19th. It has been dropping like a rock per the price in Satoshis. And again, I do think that this will come back up. So since January 20th, it's dropped around 54% in terms of its Bitcoin value. So that's rough. I hold Solana, I hold ETH, but I do believe altcoins, especially these larger altcoins that have a huge network and a huge infrastructure, I really believe they will come back, and they will come back very, very violently and surprise everybody. But it's hard to know exactly when the bottom is. So if you believe in Solana, if you believe in Ethereum, it's been hard to DCA over the last, 3 months or so. But if you believe in it long term, that means you have the stomach to wait it out. Now, once the Fed ends quantitative tightening and begins quantitative easing, they slash interest rates, which I believe is going to happen. It is going to happen. Then altcoins will absolutely rally. That's what I believe. That's what I'm banking on. And also taking a look at M2 money supply ramping up as well. So I am not bearish or afraid of this market at all. I think that Solana, XRP, Bitcoin, everything is going to come back really, really hard and fast. And if you are a trader, you can check out BTCC. They're offering some huge deposit bonuses if that is for you. Let me know in the comments what you are feeling right now, because the prices have really just been, they've been hovering. They've been hovering around for a while, even Bitcoin, right? So, Bitcoin went down a little bit, but it hasn't really been crazy, right? 7 days ago, it was 83, hit a low of 75. Now it's back up to 83. So it's just been hovering up and down, up and down. Let me know in the comments what you think, how you feel. Are you apathetic? Do you just not care anymore? Are you just dollar cost averaging or sitting on your hands and just waiting, kind of like what I am, and waiting until the market finally picks up and matches M2 money supply? Let me know in the comments how you're doing, guys. I'll end the video there. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.